attention than it has been. That's a 15-minute chart, but there's the move I was just talking about with the yen back higher there. If you flip that around, you'll see that 160 coming into play once again, trying to hold right now for the yen. But some comments being made, guys, from the Bank of Japan.
All right, we just got long down here. NVIDIA just went for a little bit of a dip here, and again, this is a big name for me today, hopefully. So we buy the 125 here on NVIDIA and see what happens. I mean, we like this dip play in for this name. So, okay, the NVIDIA meeting's up next, so we'll talk about that. But this just went for a move. So we'll wait to see. It's been happening all morning. I mean, basically, this was $130 when you come in here at 8 o'clock when we basically started looking at this thing. And there's the drop down. We just bounced. I mean, we just bounced. It's not like I'm ignoring this 125, but it bounced up through. Now let's see if it can get down there. We'll buy some more if it does get into 124 again. But already a quick little 20-cent winner. I'm gonna hold out and see if it can get bumped back up. All right. So for Chipotle, we've never ever traded this name, but we will probably start trading it. I do not have the confidence, obviously, in trading this one as I did with NVIDIA post-split, because we're very comfortable trading the chip names and we have different things to look at. Again, without having an idea of where this is going to go, it's on here as a note. You know, you want to make sure that you're looking at it in case it starts to go, maybe taking out this high of 66.50. I don't know. Splits are also headwinds once they're over with. So they're tailwinds heading into the split, and then in my opinion, headwinds after that. So we saw NVIDIA take a little bit of a minute there to break through that 118, bounced up to 120, back to 118, broke down below 117. So it hovered around that post-split area as well. So this is Chipotle's time. Basically the post-split price in and around $65. So we'll bring that down now into that area. Maybe that's along, maybe it's not. But for right now, Chipotle's on my radar, but I don't know any levels. So we'll just wait to see. I think fills to VWAP, but that's where we are now. So I'm gonna have to wait and see. Our charts again, that's the one thing that we need to work on, is getting it reflecting the post-split price going backwards. So yeah, so for right now, we'll hold off on Chipotle unless if there's any levels you looked at.
I got up. Look, there are levels, obviously. Like if you look at the 50 period on the daily, like it's hugging that 50 period the entire way. And for us, it was just simply doing the math. Like I just looked at that level, the 50 period. If you bounce off it again today, that's $62.75. I said earlier, I just don't know if we're gonna get a chance for a dip into that price. Maybe it will. We've seen that before, where you get the news and everyone's excited about it and then it goes for a jaunt to the downside. But the relative 50 SMA on the daily, where it's bounced every time for the last year or whatever it is, it's probably even longer than that. I could go back and look at the chart. Doesn't matter. It'll be about $62.75. So that's where I'd be looking for a long, and maybe we're waiting for another day for a level like that because you're trading at 66. Everything else, if we can find a trend later on, maybe. But outside of that 50 period, you know, I don't have any key prices. You can maybe look at 65 because it's a round number. But if we're going for dip buys today, there seems like there's going to be plenty of them, including the next two on this list.
All right, everyone ask your selected smartphone brand. We won't say any names at this point, but to set an alarm for 12 o'clock today. NVIDIA meeting coming up at lunchtime today. I mean, who knows? There might be nothing come from this, but worth keeping in mind if any comments come through from Jensen or anyone else who's speaking in regards to what's happening. We could get some price action.
Yeah, Dara's already got the link for that. We're gonna have that live for you guys on the midday How to Trade show. Catch that with us. With specifically today with NVIDIA, with that upgrade from Citi, price target boost, Brendo, from 126 to 150. You know, basically saying that AI is gonna be the next big thing. Surprise, surprise there. They also talk about the potential for enterprise productivity. They believe AI agents can significantly boost business efficiency. That's obviously going to work into margins. Good luck today with the upgrade.
Yeah, we'll hear more. We'll hear more at lunchtime. Now, red, as the guys were mentioning there, to the tune of a full % already.
The coffees, and I just see a very important conversation happening in our group chat here, and it's regarding chips. So Randy, if you were to have one chip, and we're talking about the edible kind right now, which would be your preference? Maybe one or two. Rob put in the chat Doritos Cool Ranch. It's been a minute for me with Doritos Cool Ranch. I feel like those aren't as popular anymore, but that would be a pick for me.
My most recent favorite, and I get them at, believe it or not, Rexall.
Okay.
They have a Nashville blue cheese.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Who's making that?
It's their house brand.
Oh,
and it's like
so like a little bit of a spicy blue cheese?
It's not terribly spicy, but the flavor is just off the map. It's just, I don't know, good stuff.
Yeah, people don't have all dressed. What about yourself, Neil? What would you be looking?
Well, I mean, everyone knows ketchup chips have been mine. I haven't wavered from that. Like, I like all dressed, it's in there, but ketchup chips, if I'm going for it, that's always been my pick. Yeah, hands down.
I like ketchup chips, other than your hands just get so red. But yeah, that's
just gotta lick them off.
That's a good thing.
What's
yeah.
Rivian doing?
Probably going down. I mean, I think Rivian will.
Out a bit here.
I think Rivian's a sell here, but I mean, I'm trying to buy. I'm not a sell here for the trade today. You know what? Actually, it's coming down like a hot minute right here. I'm actually going to replace the amount of shares that I'm buying here at 16. So yeah, Randy, it is coming to the downside right now. I've already said that I believe this to be. I should have put in a market order. Maybe I should just do it right now because we don't want to trade while we're on the show in our personal accounts as well. But right there, I feel like it's a sell. If we can get back up to 18, that's definitely for me a sell, and we'll take out, take our 60% or whatever that is. But yeah, Rivian right now, nice move. It doesn't really mean it. I mean, they're working on batteries and stuff like that. I mean,
this is a news play. This
right.
Is what this is.
Yeah, right.
So,
this might mean
and a bit of a squeeze
nothing,
too,
with potential long-term implications on either side.
Yep.
But it's an interesting play. Play the news, folks.
It's very short. 19% short is not nothing.
Yeah.
The shorts look for reasons to take profit. They've been grinding that stock to the downside for a while. Let's get to NVIDIA.
Yeah, sure.
Because I realize that we're supposed to have been talking about NVIDIA. So V-shaped recovery, the last couple of sessions. Let me zoom it out. So there you go. You can see yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was a pretty good breakout here. It wasn't. The break was 122.60. But I actually took 123 as a break, and then it dipped into 123 late in the afternoon before making highs. So I think the key levels are going to stand out: 27, 30, 31. This should be 31, not 30. That should be 31. I'll move that later. But 123 is where I'm looking for a dip buy on NVIDIA after that, massive rally that a lot of names had, especially NVIDIA. And we always talk about these in tandem, it feels like, because AMD is never on the watch list or never on the rundown unless they have earnings. That's usually adjacent. AMD pulled back as well. Just remember, a lot of stocks had that big bounce higher. AMD is still in the same place that it's been in forever, which is hugging the 50-period moving average and in a downward channel. That means every single time it pops into a resistance level, when it's in that channel, I'm looking for a short. That's 163 today. So you had no chance to trade off of that level yesterday, just kind of dumped and then reversed. But today, there's some strength, at least there was when I sat down. If we get to 163, I'd be looking short on AMD. If it breaks that, we've got to be able to get away from it and not fight it. But you had 3 days in a row where that was good resistance on AMD. Let's see if it can be a fourth.
All right, we just reloaded here on NVIDIA at 125. We got more shares, not reloaded. We just got more. We didn't empty the clip yet. So we'll wait. Again, it's going to be hopefully a big name again today for us. We shorted this, basically this exact move right here as it started to go in the afternoon. It just kept going and going and going, and then even started to go even in the aftermarket to the point where today we opened up around that 130. Obviously, the investor day is going to be at noon. Brendan just highlighted that for us, so we'll have to wait to see if there's anything special that comes from that. But honestly, it's not going to trade down in anticipation, and it probably shouldn't really trade up in anticipation. If this is just the best name in the market, it was up 7 or 8% yesterday. They just basically said, hold my beer to anybody that did not dip buy. Like, was that the buy? That's it? That's the pullback on NVIDIA from 140 to 120? I mean, maybe that's it, right? Boom, right back up to the upside, hitting that 130 again. So look, if we can get a 125 long, which we have right now, and bring that back up into 130, that would be huge.
Check. Yo. Stupid Bitcoin, what's up, buddy? Yeah, but I guess as long as you guys can hear my voice, then we should be okay.
Very nice
Joe
note
H,
from
you
Wolf
didn't sleep
Research
for real? Wow.
upgrading to stock or peer perform. I was gonna say stock perform. Peer perform from outperform. So $29. They think it's worth. That's about $6 from where we are now.
Yeah, it's a 31% upside, Brendo. Not bad. Apparently, they met with the CFO of Robinhood. I'm not saying Wolf met them, separately, but analysts met with the CFO, and as a result of that meeting, they see great upside potential. Specifically here, solid net deposits, consistent inflow from new users, significant operating leverage, which is interesting here because their ability to scale profits, but not necessarily scale revenue. So they're becoming more efficient, and strong free cash flow generation, Brendo, the ability to convert those profits into cash readily available for investment.
Another one trying to bounce off recent support as well, off that 21 that went back to the beginning of May, guys. So a nice look back higher today.
Yeah, and obviously we kind of went through this on the upgrade and downgrade list as well. At least I believe it was during upgrades and downgrades with Robinhood. You pull up the 15-minute, you can sort of see where we're working with here. It could still make a breakout of 23, but once it's underneath that 22.8, looking at 22.4 down in here. So previous resistance turning into support is where I'm looking for it. If it goes red on the day, that's 22.15, and I think that's where I give up the dip buy. And then if it can always break down and lose that on a dip buy and try to get back in on the way up. I'm sitting 55, I just moved gateway, but also in front of the 40 level. So we're gonna get an early dip buy here in Robinhood. The daily chart looks very good. Higher lows all the way through, maybe detached from the 15-200 period, but a nice little reversal. I don't care too much about crypto, but on the off chance that we do, if there was a flush through like say 60,000 on Bitcoin or something, and it got pretty nasty, that might adjust the outlook on Robinhood, but you're firmly back above that 60,000. It bounced with everything else. I don't see much of a reason not to look long when it's breaking back out here in the hood.
All right, guys, we're already long. We've got a pretty decent sized position right now, probably one of the bigger ones for Robinhood today. And it's at our level, 22.50, so we just take that long. So we got long, and we're long right now. We just took some out actually at 59 because we have a lot of shares there. So, but I still think it rips, obviously. So we're gonna wait for 60s, 68s, and then higher. But I like it. Nice upgrade there today. It's been working. We'll try it. I mean, we never like to get filled at 9:25. I mean, that seems a bit early for me, even earlier than that. But look what just happened right there. As we'll go, let's spin it a little bit here for NVIDIA, as we'll take 50 cents. There it is. Oh, we'll take 50 cents. Oh, no. There goes NVIDIA. Nicely done to the upside right there as we make that cash here on NVDA. Obviously, the imbalance is hitting a little bit here.
1.4.
Yeah, nice move up there. Let's go, man. Bang. That's why you got to believe in what the hell you're doing around here. We talk about having confidence, taking fills. There's Robinhood. Spin it right now. Oh, man. Okay, well, there it is. If I just get out right now, right here, right now, out of all these positions that I have, it might just be one of those days if we just get out right now. But we're gonna hold on to everything. There it goes. We just touched it, 126 right now. It's a Dollar Club member coming through on the day for NVIDIA. So glad we switched up into the longs right there, right now. Now let's see if we can give it all back today. Hopefully not, as there goes Robinhood. There goes NVIDIA. We're 2 for 2 on the sticky note already. A little bit of help from the imbalances, but here we go. Nice upside there. Thank you so much for the support in the chat. Means a lot as we got it today. It's Robinhood, baby. It's NVIDIA, and it's going to be a good day. So let's go back over to the desk.
Guys, we're talking about average true range all week. Today, we'll get a little bit more nuanced with it and say how you can use ATR to set up those profit targets and wet your beat. Catch that with Adair and I on How to Trade at Level.
One thing about ATR, keep in mind, like when you have big, massive moves, like earnings or something like that, like 30, 40-day average can get blown out of the water. Sometimes looking at the shorter range can matter, because when you see things like that, like FTX, it'll be completely different. Rivian, completely different today. You can't put it in the same bucket as whatever the ATR might say, because that's going over too big of a time frame. It ain't gonna move that way after a catalyst. Just quickly, that imbalance that was 2 million that got that great move up. Good look there, Sean. It paired a little bit here, so it's down to 600,000. That's expected. There's nothing abnormal about an imbalance pairing off. It's still a buy imbalance.
Oh, wow.
There is still one for Chipotle as well, but that's only 200,000. DNA is a penny stock, so who cares about an imbalance on a penny stock? And worth noting, Lucid is a sell imbalance. One thing that I haven't said today, and I'm only gonna say, I was kind of hoping that Lucid would be up a little bit more on this because I felt as if Lucid was gonna be an easy sympathy sell if Rivian gave anything back. That might have already happened. But if there's a big move up in Rivian and Lucid gets taken with it, then I would look for a reversal in this stock and not the other. The only one that we didn't talk about here that's on my list today is that Carvana 52-week high. Big short float. It broke 129 change for a 52-week high break late in the day yesterday, and bit of a failure there. I want this thing to break 130, but just because you want it to break out a 52-week high and squeeze the heck out of everybody doesn't mean it's going to happen. If it doesn't break this level, I just think it's like a 52-week high, all-time high, whatever break, fail. And if that's the case, it should be a short underneath that 129 level. But my first look is kind of hoping it makes the breakout. For now, we'll just have to wait. It's $3 away and change with only 2 minutes to go in here. So we got to be locked and loaded and ready. Apple, some strength over in there. NVIDIA's already going. I'm still going to stick with a 123 bid. I'm still on the bid there. And Hood, I'm pretty much in the same spot, 12 to 15 cents away. And Rivian will be on the bid as well, but I'm not sitting at 16. I'm kind of looking for the 15 area in here. It could drop $1 like it's nothing. Rivian's not going to move the way it normally does. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, we like Rivian. All right, so, man, I mean, we just made $1.50 in the pre-market there on NVIDIA, and like I said, man, it's already one of those days, and it's 9:29 right now. So let's stay focused. Let's stay in the pocket. Yeah, we just did really well there off the open. So NVIDIA, Robinhood, Rivian, CMG, and Apple. Let's see as Apple goes right now. Yeah, but that NVIDIA long right here, I think we can even get longer. I mean, we put down 125 on the sticky note. We got it twice. Came in right there. We talked about Cool Ranch and all these nice little chips, but really the only one that matters right here today is NVIDIA. And then there's our Robinhood play. Come on. I mean, that just fell right into the level that we wrote down, 2250. So we're already out of a third of this name as it's right here, right now. So we might as well put that profit in our pocket and wait to see what happens. So looks like Apple's already gone, which is fine by me. Let's see how high NVIDIA can get here off the open with only 3 seconds to go. Adara, it's already a big one. Ring that bell. All right, so let's see if we get longer now on NVIDIA if it does come back in, because we're out right now of 65% of this long on NVIDIA, guys.
Yeah, here comes Rivian. It just broke that $16 level to the downside, so it looks like it wants to come in here. Just noting Meta, which was so strong yesterday, not plunging, but moving to the downside off of the open. So here comes Rivian, right into $15.50 already, starting to fall. Gonna have to be patient. We thought this might drop, not necessarily like a rock, but we're looking for a dip buy. We gotta be patient with it. Chipotle will check back in, and Apple, as you kind of already mentioned. Apple, no 209. Apple is going hunting for the breakout. Looks like it's one of those days for Apple already.
Oh yeah, this is an absolutely monster day for your boy over here already. We are now almost $2 in the money on NVIDIA, off the level that everybody could have had with the sticky note, right? We talked about that, and there it goes right now, huge move to the upside. Not only that, man, we just got filled there, wow. At 127, NVIDIA is an absolute rocket. And again, it just goes back to showing you guys about yesterday. You know, we told you we got hit on NVIDIA, but you know what? You don't cry over spilled milk. You know, that's not what we do around here. We just come back and put up digits again. And that's what it is, right? Look at Robinhood right now. There it goes, man. That's a hot dog cannon right there, right? Robinhood is now 50 cents in the money to the upside, $2 for NVIDIA. And now let's see what's happening with Rivian as we're long here at 1580 right there. Neil, you got anything over there? What's going on?
Just being patient. Like Rivian, I missed Rivian by about 15 cents. I wanted 15 to the downside. It just bounced at 15.35. So that's a $1.15 move to the downside on Rivian, and I think still trending. So I don't want to necessarily jump in way too early. I have 14.5 as the kill spot. So I think several opportunities in front of 15 and then 14.5 are going to be the play for me. We knew this was a possibility that this was going to do a bit of a flush, and that's what's happening on Rivian. If it puts in a higher low, I don't mind a 15.5. But I'm going to stick to what's been working for me, which did yesterday. So a little patience off the open never hurt.
Never heard. That's the best thing to do. But right now, it's digit time right now. So patience is great. And we had patience today for sure, man. We waited for Robinhood to come into that level, right? We could have been buying it earlier. But right now, it is an app. And look at Rivian now starting to go. We're going to go 3 for 3 right now. Put those numbers up. Let's see what happens with Rivian, though. Into the 80s, into the 90s. Let's go with Rivian. Hopefully some nice upside moves. Robinhood really kicking it off right now again here today. Oh man, what a big day it's been here today. We're cooking it up. Shout out to Chef Joe. Shout out to everybody here trading today. It's an active one. It's a doozy. It's a banger. There goes Rivian right now through 16. Come on, Rivian. Let's get going right now to the upside. Man, this is a big day. We battle back, man. That's what you got to do. Got to have that in you. Got to have that dog. Got to have that fight. This is day trading, man. If you don't got it, there's the door. What's up, Adara?
Lots of these small caps running around again this morning, including OPTT. This one, penny stock, just at day's highs, about $8 million market cap for this one. It does have a catalyst here, trading higher after signing an agreement to deliver some marine power systems to the U.S. government. So, government contract here for OPTT, guys.
Opting into a government contract. So, yeah, I don't think you want to be looking at that name today. Not when there's so much that's going to be moving. So Rivian just popped to 16. It's already back in that 15.75 range. We're looking for that lower high. We'll see if we're able to get it. We're also getting a bit of a dip here in not AMD. I wanted to say NVIDIA, but that brings me to AMD, which I still like shorts. If it's not going to give a 163, pre-market high is going to be the level. That's 161. We said short pops on this until proven otherwise, and it looks like we're not going to get that 163, so we start looking for that pre-market high. That's just been the play every single time. Tesla, I'm on the bid. It broke out 188. We're not going to see 185 or 182. So if I'm looking for a dip and like the longs, the first step is it breaks out, go back into this pullback into previous highs. So Rivian just gave me 63. That's looking to put in that higher low as we speak.
Oh, yuck, Rivian. Yeah, good job getting out there on up there near $16 for Rivian. I mean, come on. And then right now, Robinhood, I was just like, what? We just got huge prints there on Robinhood. Like, you want to talk about what we did yesterday on Rivian? I mean, this play on Robinhood was basically, I told you we had too many shares. We were trying to get out, but then it just blasted up. So good little play there. Wow, Rivian just really tanking in right now on that one. So yikes for Rivian coming in into $15. So yeah, we'll wait on this one. Good thing we got those outs up there near 16 as Rivian coming right in there into $15 right now. A nice little smokage happening right now on RIVN to the downside as, you know, still up. Obviously, it's going to be a good day here, but yeah, Rivian making the most of this move back down into $15. Little bit of a profit take there. I mean, look, we are already saying that this is a definite sell spot for Rivian. So looks like people agreeing with that one early, and the shorts don't seem to be scared. It looks like they might be piling on more right now for Rivian. So, all right, that's that play. It's good to have been trading this morning for Hood and NVIDIA. Let's see if Rivian can find that base as well.
Yeah, it needs to find that base for sure. AMD's getting real close to that short. We're not in yet, but it's breaking this down. We like breakouts of lows, but I always want to see it push back up a little bit. So Rivian did not hold 15.5, and it comes into 15. I tried the 15.5 level, immediately out. We're going long in front of 15, and then I'll try 14.5 as well. Chipotle, Chipotle's on the New York. Chipotle is dipping. And remember we said it's not split adjusted, so I have to zoom in for you guys to see, unfortunately. I have it on another chart, but it's dipping in. There's that 63. This is essentially the 50-period SMA on the daily at $62.75. So that's where I was looking for a bounce. Chipotle, didn't really think we'd get a chance at this trade, but it's absolutely tanking. Looks like it wants to make a test of this 50-period on the daily. Adara.
Keep an eye on AIEV. This company is Thunder Power. This is actually one that just had a business combination. So this was a special purpose acquisition corp. Started trading here on the NASDAQ as AIEV. Only 3 days to go. This is its third day. Nice EV look here, up about 90% for this EV company, guys, AIEV.
So we talked about the split being a headwind for Chipotle there when you guys threw it over to me. You know, I mean, that's exactly what it's been here today. We said it's a tailwind, pre-split, headwind, post-split, and we used NVIDIA as an example that it was having a struggling time to get, you know, anywhere after the split. Then it took a couple days and blasted right back up to the upside there. So CMG right now probably going to find a base, and it might have already done that down there at 63. So you could definitely watch out for that. But again, with the market kind of just, you know, flat-ish right now off the open, I could see Chipotle trying to find that base in and around here. But again, remember, huge move. And I can't show it here on the daily because it doesn't show it, but we did have a nice, well, I guess it does. We did have a nice move heading into this number. This split, we got a great earnings report, so a nice move back there for Chipotle. Yeah, Rivian down here at 1450. So again, possible long area one more time here. It's just too bad that I didn't sell everything I owned on this name, but there it comes right back into 1470, 1450 here for Rivian.
Yeah, so 15 broke, got out, tried to bounce at 14.5. Looks like it got very, very close to it. I jumped back in above the 3/4 mark. What I can tell you about Chipotle is it might be cheaper, but the spread wasn't all that much better. Like, it bounced off this bottom. I was trying to get it on the way back up. The spread opened at 25 pennies on this stock, so we'll let this one calm down. That's just a little bit. The whole point of the stock trading after a split is you want it to be a little bit more calmed down. So we take our out, we get back in. I said 1450 is the kill spot for me on Rivian, so we're long in front of that. When you're anticipating a dip buy and it comes down, I don't want to be wrong forever. I want to take my ins, take my outs. AMD's starting to come back up, so we might be able to grab that short in there. Gonna make the adjustment if we cannot get a 123 on NVIDIA. It's already put in one higher low at 125, so I might just respect that level. And as far as Tesla goes, we are canceling our dip in Tesla to 188. 191 just got taken out on Tesla. First out on Rivian is gonna be back at the 15 level as it's retesting it. Holy crap, Tess.
Yeah, let's get going here with Rivian. Let's get going with NVIDIA as well. So yeah, we have an upsized position in Rivian. There is no doubt about that one. So if this goes up, let's see what winds up happening here with Rivian. Again, you know, trying to make something happen. You know, we got to try. So here we go for Rivian. We're long at 1520s right now with a shit ton of shares. So let's see what winds up happening here with Rivian, and hopefully it gets back up through that 1520 marker or so on that one. And Neil, yeah, you got a good idea there with 125 right there with that NVIDIA. And again, the mark that came through. Let's see if we can get that one more time for NVIDIA. We should have probably bought that dip, but we're already out at 127 for $2. We still would like to see a little bit of a bigger move on that one for sure for NVIDIA. I don't even have any offers out right now. Okay, Rivian.
There's 10.
Let's go, man. See if we can actually put something up here on Rivian. Nice move up. We're waiting for 19s. There it is, bang. All right, Rivian right now is an absolute moonshot here. We get excited because it's money being made here. Let's go 28s. If we can get this, we will be happy. Remember, our long was 22s, and we talked about having shares there and not afraid to say that. So there it goes, nice upside move here. And again, we'll talk about when we get taken out, right? We talked about that with NVIDIA, but we also have to talk about when we got these wins on board as well. So there it is, man. Nice trade on Rivian to be able to hold that and hopefully now get quite a big winner on board right here. We just got out of 40% of what we had though, because again, we held this too far against us. Now let's see if it wants to get back upside. Wow, we have 0 LFT right now, but we're gonna go over to Adara right here.
Great look for Albemarle this morning. ALB on the NYSE. This one up 6.5% right now. Pretty strong volume candles off the open as well. Announcing that they're planning some more lithium auctions to increase market transparency in the lithium space. Worth noting as well, they do have a short float of about 13.6% ALB, guys.
Right. Just think, should have bought more Tesla when it was giving you those opportunities in that consolidation. We'll get there in a second. Chipotle's spread is trying to close up a little bit, so it held that 63. So it dipped down again, held 63. I'm going to give it to that half. I just feel like it's a little different from what I was expecting, so less shares, bigger range. Instead of risking 30 cents, maybe risk 50 to 60 cents. I'm almost out of Rivian on that little push to the upside. It just took 15.30, and then you've got a bit of a wall forming here at the 30 level. VWAP's at 16. We get to 16, I'm just gonna take it out there. Tesla, where can you even adjust to at this point on Tesla? You just patiently wait for maybe VWAP retracement because this stock is going, and all kinds of gone. I'm not chasing it up here. It's 9:42, that's not the time. Apple starting to pull back in. If it loses 210, we're still waiting for 209. That is the level for Apple. Looks like we have a decent chance of picking that one up.
Oh, wow, what a day today. That was real fun on Rivian, was it not? I mean, now we're into the 40s. Oh yeah, good job there. And yeah, for those of you that have been watching the market recap show or listening to what I've been saying on that show the last couple of days, we talked about this yesterday, even with, and Adero will know this, we talked about this with Brian Shannon yesterday, and about how I was saying I really liked this base. And you guys, we talked about this even yesterday on this show, how this long is probably what's happening into 200, then up to 210, then up to 220. So yeah, man, great. Wow, Rivian right now, guys, will be, I don't know if it'll be P&L number one, but right now it is Rip City, and we are now at, see, this is how you battle back, right? Like right now today, we'll be pretty huge right here, and just stay confident, right? Some people were saying, you want to know how do you overcome the day after that loss, right? I mean, and it's just like we got hit on NVIDIA, and then we put up, right after we got hit on NVIDIA, we put a $1 winner on JP Morgan. We put, I think it's 80 or 90 cents on JP Morgan, and $1 plus on Apple. And then we just come back today and just do ho-hum stuff like this. Have $1.20 in the money right now on NVIDIA. We have 50 cents plus on Robinhood. That's low. We had about 70 cents there on Robinhood. And right now, who would have thought this? We talked about this yesterday. We made Dollar Club members out of Rivian traders, and today we make Dollar Club members again, right there off that bottom of 50. We're long right now at 1480. So I mean, Rivian right here making money right now in for all traders today. Great job on Rivian. And you know what we have here on this sticky note, and we're going to go to Adair in 1 second. I just want to say today's going to be a big day. Needless to say, look at this: Rivian, NVIDIA, Robinhood. Right now, P&L 1, 2, 3 there, and shout out to some of the traders behind us that are putting damage on the board with Tesla. So right there, Hood, NVIDIA, Rivian, Tesla, 1, 2, 3. It's good to be long today on these names. It's also good to be Adara over at the desk.
Another EV name making some moves here, in addition to Rivian, is going to be Faraday Futures, FFIE. This one does have a pretty decent short float. I'm seeing a short float of just under 7% right now. They did announce on Monday that they're planning to regain NASDAQ compliance by having a stock split ratio of anywhere from 2 to 1 for a reverse split to 40 to 1, so a bit of a range there. They also announced yesterday a purchase plan with their global CEO, Matthias Eit. No news from today, but FFIE near high of days. Nice look here with strong volume, guys.
Faraday making its move. One of the reasons I'm be patient, look, I said VWAP $16, gonna jump out. It looks like the sell could still come back in for Rivian. You always talk about what's gonna be next. If it's a retest, 2 places could go long again. Back in front of 14.5, which we call the Alamo, at least for myself. And then if it puts a higher low at 15, I still like that level as well. Didn't work the first time through at 15, didn't work at 15.5. So I'm looking for a higher low. That's the best case scenario. Even if it breaks VWAP, longs over 16 can be a play for us here. Apple, okay, Apple's starting to bid a little bit here, so we're not necessarily going to get that 209 just yet. Here comes Tesla trying to pull back in. I think you got to be real patient with Tesla. It's a big move to the upside for Tesla. The breakout, clearly the big one that you wanted to have. And Carvana, I paid for the locates. I wanted this thing to break 130. It doesn't matter what you want, it's what's happening. So we hit this bounce here. At some point, needs to start taking out these highs, or I got to start thinking about the possibility of a short. It's a 52-week high. I keep saying all-time high. It's a 52-week high. Potential failed break if Carvana cannot reclaim that 129 area. Still waiting for the offer on AMD. It's about the only thing that I knew I wanted to have short. Carvana was kind of an if-then statement if it failed to break out. Still going to get that short in AMD as long as it wants to give it to me off 161. But we got to be patient. The market's going up. When the market's going up, you let the short come to you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here, and you know, just like we said, be patient for the longs, or be patient. Did you say beach towel? Yeah, I know. I mean, I wish. So, you know, like I said, man, today will be a monster day for us, and just congratulations for everybody. As Sharif just says, go to the beach, and he's right. But then, you know, I'm already doing that next week. So, right here. Rivian monster, man, up to $16. That's the kind of, like, you have to have confidence in your plays. And by the way, I got to give a big shout out to the guys behind us. Shout out to Max, shout out to Wayne for putting up numbers there behind us. And we'll just keep on going. And shout out to Eric and some of the big guys behind us. Big dog Brankles in the back. And again, today's a big one, man. It's Obi Trice, not Thrice today. He's gonna put up some numbers for you. Josh putting up digits. Yannick, everybody putting up numbers there today. So it's been a good one, needless to say, as a lot of the ideas starting to work out. There goes the NASDAQ, and right now we'll props it up again. You gotta have the good vibes, man. We gotta talk about it when the trades are hitting. I mean, it's clear as day. You can see some of these ideas hitting through, and just like people write down sticky notes, right? All of us have our little notes, and why the heck would I not be long Rivian when I have it written down here as the number one idea? When Robinhood goes into the exact level that I write down of 2250, we hit that, bang, that's a big winner. And then we go over and we say, wait a second, who's the beast here? It's NVIDIA. Yesterday we lost short. We flip our brain around. We write down 125 long. We hit it once and twice, and there it is. Now that's $2 in the money. The P&L keeps on rising here, and that's exactly what it wants to do. So we're gonna let it go as Rivian right now breaking through $16. Oh boy! Shout out to the man, the myth, the legend himself in the back. It's Obi. We're gonna get out another one right here for us. Obi, yeah, let's go on that one. Big day alert. Big day alert. I hope you guys can sense that. It's a huge one, and you know, just keep up the good vibes. And yeah, we'll keep on pushing it for you guys. It's only 9:50. Look at the energy. Look at the trades.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And whether you have a lot, whether you have a few, whether you have many, it's all about finding the right ones. That's what we're all about here. That's why the sticky notes out there. That's why the boys do their meeting in the morning. I always hear Wayne on the I don't know what you call it, the head piece.
Preparation, baby.
The guys sitting at their desk listening in, so I know Tesla was a bit of a focus for them. There was just a fail breakout on Rivian at 16, so it doesn't really hold that break. I jumped in and out of it. I still think it can be a dip buy. I'd rather it hold a bit above VWAP to try to work another long, or if it just fails, we're going 15.50, 15 even. Still no short in AMD, but I can tell you, yesterday, this is about the same setup. It's a similar setup. It's not the same setup. It's a similar setup and structure to what NVIDIA did. If I'm not going to get the dip buy I want, that happened yesterday as well. It eventually broke out a local range top. That was 122.60, and I took a 23 break because I wouldn't take a random price as a breakout trade. Now the opening range top is 127.20. Well, yesterday, I waited for it to get to a round number to go long. Today, I'm just going to take the break that's available. This was my only, well, it wasn't my only trade, but it was a good trade for me on NVIDIA. So we're going to go for that breakout here, 127.20 on NVIDIA.
Yeah, good one there. Wow. By the way, Rivian right now is $1.50 in the money for Rivian. You know, we talked about that on the pre-show there where we said yesterday we were able to take dollars on this name, and we thought that today for sure had the possibility for that sort of pedigree. So, yeah, we had to hold it. We had to have confidence in that one. Today it works out. It's Rivian, $1.50 in the money, NVIDIA $2, Robinhood 70 cents, and the beat goes on and on and on and on again. What's up, Adara?
Grinder pushing higher here. GRND here on the NYSE. This one up over 10%. Having its investor day today, issuing some guidance, seeing annual revenue growth of 20 to 25% through 2027 and raising its 2024 revenue growth view. So revenue growth upside ahead of its investor day for GRND.
All right, good one, good look there.
There was some jokes about Grinder yesterday, but I won't go there. Micron is dumping a little bit here. So I'm always looking for relative strength and weakness. So Micron going into their earnings is still putting in higher lows. I'm still sticking with AMD because of the structure. But if this market fails at 20,000, I'm talking about the NASDAQ. If the NASDAQ curls at the $20,000 level and I don't get AMD, Micron at VWAP would be the backup in terms of looking for any kind of a short. So we're pretty close to it now. AMD doesn't seem to want to break VWAP, and I'm waiting for a 161 level here on it. Just no chance as of yet. And Tesla's still holding that high. No dip. We're about 30 cents away from that NVIDIA breaking out that top. It's a random price. It's 127.20. But if it breaks it, I'm still going to take it just like yesterday. If it worked yesterday at 122.60, then take the level that presents itself. And I do want this VWAP. Just have to wait for it to come back down in here on Tesla. One of the strongest names off of that open. If it can hold a dip, we do like a little bit of Tesla. So backup plan is going to be MU, but I'll be focused on AMD as we're about 20,000 right now on the NASDAQ.
So guys, just looking again at P&L wise and then just percentage of traders green today, I feel like this has been the best day in a hell of a long time for this office. So a big congratulations to everybody behind me for doing an awesome job here so far today. So again, a big shout out to all the boys and girls behind us that are trading away and hopefully putting up, well, I can see already having a fantastic day. So congrats to everybody. All right, so Palantir right here, as we continue to move around, this was a big trade for us yesterday. We were able to buy 24s or change, wasn't it yesterday? 24 and change, yeah, we had down here. This was, again, was a great trade yesterday for PLTR. Let's see if we can keep the good vibes going right now and try to break through this high of 24.70 right there on, what do you got over there, Fabian? Was that a little bit of a donut action there? What is that? Bring that over here, let me see. Let's show everybody what you got over here. We're having a good day. Watch out, Silverback. Here we go, here comes Fabian right now. Coming through. Oh, you got a little lemon poppy seed there. And what is that? Some sort of a Danish, apple Danish right there. All right, go make Ramin happy over there. And we got to make someone else happy right now. It's Adara. She's over at the desk. I don't know if you could tell, but we're having a really good time today. And yeah, part of it is what's been happening here in the market. Let's go. What's up, A?
GitLab having a great time over here as well. Great day for GTLB, up right now about 8%. No news on this one today. Yesterday it achieved this federal designation here in progress from the Federal Risk Assessment Program, but lots of social media attention today on Twitter, especially in the last few minutes for GTLB as it pushes higher, guys.
GitLab, I feel like ever since that data breach, I don't like them. That's not good news for them, but it is what it is. I haven't looked at that chart in a while. 20,000 just tagged to the dime on the futures. Although the futures don't trade in dimes, you know it's just a euphemism. So I had to go to the backup play because we didn't have a short opportunity that I liked in AMD, but VWAP on Micron just came in here. So we're in it. I did add on the way down, like I had 55, and then we added at 40 change. So our average price is gonna be 44. We'll stop it out if it cannot hold this 142.80 level on Micron. So if it breaks it out, then we'll understand that, hey, the futures are going, it's an up day, the stock is up, they got earnings tonight, but the trend is your friend till the end. It would have been AMD, but unfortunately, AMD just not setting up where I would like it. Kind of a messy day for AMD. I'm just gonna cancel that offer. If we get it, we get it. Rivian still looking for, to me, I wanna see it hold above 16 even. It's attempting to do that now, so there's your wick under, there's your test, higher low at 1580. So if it holds this VWAP right now, gonna look to jump back in it. I wanted buyers above 16 to get me back into this stock. So we're going to this, we got the short on in Micron. I might still take AMD if it's setting up the same way, but for now it's gonna be Micron.
Yeah, this NVIDIA, just because we're talking about the chips, we got some out there at 127 again. So we have two outs at 127, those are $2, but it's not breaking through 127, so I'm kind of going to just leave this one alone. If we do get a pullback, I'm actually going to even cancel the pullback for right now and would rather wait for it. We are very light. We only have 10% left. Actually, maybe even less than that. I don't even know how many shares we had actually at the beginning of this whole trade. It was a little bit insane. The one thing that I am most, for me, proud of today, sometimes we have too many shares in one, not enough in the other. But today, net-wise, pretty much made the exact same amount on Robinhood that we made on NVIDIA, that we made on Rivian. And that's a $125 name, a $25 name in Robinhood, and a $15 name in Rivian. So today I feel like, although they're all 1, 2, 3 here on the trade ideas, we actually layered them and traded them hopefully appropriately. I mean, obviously we always wish we had more shares when we're right and less shares when we're wrong. But if we exit right here, right now, we're at the highest spot we've been at. Why? Because look where Rivian is. Rivian's at its highest spot. We got something out right there at 1620. It's still holding above VWAP. So yeah, I like the stock right there. NVIDIA still holding above VWAP. You gotta like it right now. I'm not gonna drop this last piece. I actually think we can take out this 127.50. So that would be another play, even to add to this spot there. And then Robinhood. I mean, my favorite story, I guess, of all time, maybe, based on what we're doing today. As there it goes right now. I don't think we're robbing from the rich and giving to the poor here, because anybody that's invested in Robinhood over the last little while has just made a crap ton of money over the last 2-3, I can say 2-3 months, but basically since January bottom of $11 up to 23. Man, this name is working. And you know what? Let's work it out for ourselves as well and take that 70 cents there for Robinhood. So I don't know, man. I mean, the market's just hovering. We just bounced off 20,000. We've sort of already talked about some of the successes here this morning. It's only 9:58. So let's keep those feelings going. I know that you had looked at CMG just for a minute. I'm gonna have a quick look. Oh man. Okay, so here's another missed opportunity. We said, oh, it looks like 63 is gonna be the hold there. And it sure was, man. It went to 62.70, yeah, so that was a great long there. Missed opportunity, but hey, we'll be back in that name, I promise you, at some point.
I want to buy that in my personal account at some point.
Yeah,
I just have no idea where I want it, to be honest with you.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but what a great long today in the trade, because we had looked at 63 and did not pull the trigger. So we'll keep that in mind. And we had mentioned even on here before we went live, before the market turned on, was that we were waiting for a level. I think we found it there at 63. These bottoms, 62.80, so we'll wait for 63 again.
Yeah, I think look, Chipotle is obviously a good stock. Probably should have looked a little bit at Kava today, but I think, that's for a hot minute. Kava might, in sympathy, get unpopular when people can invest in Chipotle. That was my thesis, but I didn't want to look at Kava. There's so much to look at. Rivian, here's the hold of, it broke and then fail break at 16. Then there's the hold of VWAP for me. I'm trying to get some 19s out there. Robinhood just pulled back inside of a dip buy. Micron is working downside as we speak, so sometimes you have to make a bit of a pivot. I knew I wanted to short something at 20,000, and I knew I wanted to look at a weak chip name. My thought was AMD, but AMD didn't really set up all that well, so we went to the first thing that came to my mind, which was Micron. That put in a lower high. 141, I want to look out on Micron. The reason for this, when I zoom back out here, this is right at the previous close. So it held previous close on the way down. In a strong market, I want to go station to station if I'm against the grain. Remember, strong market, I'm anticipating that good stocks will catch bounces. I'm going to try and take this 141. Let's get to Adara for happening now.
Just getting these new home sales numbers in here. New home sales for the month of May coming in at 619,000. So this would be lower than the previous number, 698,000 for the month of April. Also lower than the consensus of 640,000. We also have new home sales month over month change, negative 11.3%. So much lower than the previous number, positive 2%, and the forecast of 2.9% to the upside. So bit of an unexpected drop here. Not much of a reaction on the SPY. Still slightly down in the day here. Same with the NASDAQ. We had a bit of a fall in the NASDAQ and the SPY a few minutes ago here. Lots of stories to talk about, of course. We have NVIDIA's investor meeting coming up at 12 p.m. Lots of moves in the EV space as well. Tesla popping higher above 190 for the first time in quite some time. We also have Rivian with its partnership with Volkswagen. A couple other names to keep an eye out here include Apple. This went up over 1%, getting an upgrade to a buy rating from neutral from Rosenblatt here, raising its price target from 196 to 260. We also have Chipotle here on watch, of course, after it's won a 50-to-1 stock split. This one slightly down in the day here, but lots of traders keeping an eye on it. CMG, AAPL, and so many other names to watch out for, guys.
Apple giving back. Tesla starting to give back a little bit. Rivian does not hold on to that VWAP after all, but my style of trade, it's take it here, get it out right there. If we look for another opportunity, it's got to be 15, 1550, 1450. Those are the levels we like. We're patient waiting for that dip. If it wants to do it again, we'll go ahead and grab that. Still not really getting the love on that Micron 141. It could be putting in a higher low here. So I want to respect it. 141.5 is where it seems to be bouncing on MU. AMD still in the pocket, and then the last one here, Tesla. Tesla just bounced rapido off of VWAP. Sometimes it's real fast. That was real fast on Tesla. 191.50 with a blink of an eye, and it was back at 192. So I think Tesla, look, VWAP is going to be a thing, but it might have already been a thing, for lack of a better word. We'll see if we can't get back into it, but I was trying to catch it on the way back up. Sometimes you sit on the bid, you get it. Other times it's the right play to be patient. In this case, you just wanted to sit on the bid blindly for that bounce off VWAP. It's just a line on a chart, but it's working for Tesla.
What's working right now for is Robinhood. Look at that out. We had just before we went to Adara, we took some out at 23.30 there for Robinhood. So let's just sound the sirens for that one. I mean, look, getting out is better. Like when you're getting in, like now I get out there. So when I'm getting back in there, it's like making 40 cents just by reloading the trade, and we're not going to do that at all right now. And the same thing true of Rivian. I mean, we just got out of this one at 16.20. It's at 15.50. So part of it is not just finding the winners, as Neil was mentioning there. It's about trying to get out and making sure that you're able to get out for those wins and or capture some profits, because it's no point in doing things like this if you don't actually put something in your pocket. So we did take that out there on Rivian, and we talked about how light we were on this one as well. Under 10% here on Rivian, under 10% on Robinhood, and under 10% now on NVIDIA. As we're just, honestly, I'm just waiting for something else to happen. The market's not doing a heck of a lot. We've already hit, like we've basically been up 3 times and went yard 3 times. So we're just gonna sit here and wait for that big contract to come through. Hopefully we're a free agent. You get signing after a game like this, right? But we'll wait and see what happens now. There goes NVIDIA, by the way. We can hit this for this one, man. This is now 230 in the money off of, again, our #1 idea today with Rivian Hood and NVIDIA. There goes NVIDIA right back there to the upside and just absolutely tearing faces off right now. We were caught in this yesterday. Today, we flip it up and go the other way. It's NVIDIA, and it's a monster.
Also, apparently a monster. FFIE is going buck wild here. Gonna be too late. I'm gonna pay for locates very quickly. I don't know what the news is. We talked about these guys doing a reverse split. Will it happen? Will it not happen? All that good stuff. But if it gets anywhere near 80 cents, it's gonna be a fade. It'll be relatively cheap shorts, but we'll get there in a second. Yeah, it's already pulling back. The short at 60 is probably gonna have to wait. NVIDIA just took a local high again, so we're looking breakout trades. Gotta work right away. It just took this level here at 127.5. Without getting the dip buy where we want it, I'm just looking for every single flat top break on NVIDIA.